What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. In today's video we're taking a look at the seasonal plunder weapons and all their god rolls. So if you want to find out what weapons you should be chasing and looking to craft in Season of Plunder, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another season and another group of weapons to chase. Season of Plunder sees 6 new weapons added as part of the seasonal content offering, and today we're going to take a look at all their perks and their god rolls. Now upon the launch of Season of Plunder, all these weapons also have their own origin trait. This comes in the form of Right Hook. This is where dealing melee damage gives the weapon increased target acquisition and range for a short period of time, and dealing damage again will extend that effect. This is applied to all the weapons that we're going to cover in this video, so be sure to bear that in mind when crafting the perfect builds. Now the very first weapon we're going to take a look at is called the No Reprieve. This is a legendary kinetic shotgun that deals stasis damage. This shotgun is a pinpoint slug frame, so it fires a single slug round, and this weapon's recoil pattern is more predictably vertical. Now this shotgun can only be obtained via the seasonal content offering, so that would be the expeditions and also the Ketchcrash activity. Now this shotgun fires at 65 rounds per minute and comes with 6 perks in each of the main columns alongside the origin trait. Now this weapon can roll with perks like Feeding Frenzy, Stats for All, Steady Hands, Surplus, Triple Tap, Outlaw, and a brand new perk called Purgalist. And this is where final blows with the weapon generate melee energy. Dealing melee damage briefly improves that weapon's handling. And in the second column you have a choice between Snapshot Sights, Wellspring, Surrounded, Focus Fury, Harmony, Headstone, and also Swashbuckler. So with all those perks and traits in mind, what sort of god roll should be seeking out on the No Reprieve shotgun? Well, on this blunderbuss of a gun, you'd be seeking out Assault Magazine as the primary mag. This greatly improves the stability on the weapon as well as increasing its rate of fire. A perfect synergy is the new Purgalist perk paired with Swashbuckler and also the origin trait Right Hook. All these 3 perks heavily focus around melees, and these will either improve the weapon's handling, greatly improve the weapon's damage via Swashbuckler, and also increase its target acquisition and range for a short period of time. Those 3 traits together work in perfect harmony and will be a fantastic role to start with when seeking out a No Reprieve. Other possible alternatives are things like Outlaw and Surrounded, and even Feeding Frenzy and Headstone. Those both make for great ad-clearing damage dealing weapons, offering great variety and diversity in a very unique weapon. Now next up we have the Planck's Stride. This is a legendary power machine gun that deals arc damage. This one is a rapid fire frame, so has deeper ammo reserves and a slightly faster reload when the magazine is empty. Now this one is available as well from the Season Pass, and then can be picked up via the activities in Expedition and also the Ketchcrash activity. Now unlike the No Reprieve, the Planck's Stride actually has 7 perks in each of its columns. It comes with Perpetual Motion, Compulsive Reloader, Killing Wind, a brand new trait called Slick Draw. This significantly increases handling and decreases target acquisition alongside Heating Up, Mulligan, and Grave Robber. And then in the final column you have a choice between Eye of the Storm, Tap the Trigger, Thresh, One for All, Harmony, the brand new trait Purgalist, and also Swashbuckler once again. Now as a rapid fire frame machine gun, this isn't really about DPS but more ad control. Now in terms of popular trait combinations, you could go with something like Perpetual Motion, which is where the weapon gains improved stability, handling, and reload when you're in motion, and pairing that with Purgalist, where final blows with the weapon generate melee energy and dealing melee damage will briefly improve the weapon's handling. And when you pair that once again with its origin trait, that makes for a very fun run and gun roll. Another great alternative would be something like Killing Wind, which is where final blows increase mobility, range, and handling for a short time, and pairing that with Swashbuckler. And this is where the weapon gains increased damage from melee kills and kills with that weapon. That stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 4.5 seconds. All in all, a very fun weapon to use, and like we said, not really designed for DPS at all, especially as a rapid fire frame, but for a run and gun weapon, this is absolutely up there with one of the best available this season. Next up we have one of my favourites called Brigand's Law. This is a legendary energy sidearm that deals arc damage. This one is also rapid fire frame, so it fires full auto, has deeper ammo reserves, and a slightly faster reload when the magazine is empty. Now this one fires at 450 rounds per minute and has 7 perks once again in each of its columns. Now this sidearm can roll with Feeding Frenzy, Threat Detector, Perpetual Motion, Hipfire Grip, Killing Wind, Steady Hands, and the new perk Purgalist. And in its final column it can roll with Sympathetic Arsenal, Surrounded, a brand new trait called Volt Shot. This is where reloading this weapon after defeating a target overcharges the weapon for a short time, causing it to jolt on its next hit. It also comes with Rangefinder, Adagio, Demolitionist, and also Swashbuckler once again. Now, out of all the Plunder weapons available so far, this is one of my favourites and has perfect synergy with some of its perks. Once again, Purgalist is up there with one of the best options available, and if you pair that with a new perk we just covered called Volt Shot, not only will this weapon ensure you pretty much always have your melee available, any damage you deal with that melee will be increasing its target acquisition and range on the weapon, and after every reload your next shot will be vaulting your target. Now, if you have your subclass set up correctly, these vaults will spread to other targets, helping you become amplified more often. Once again, it very much plays into that run and gun style of play, and I highly recommend sticking out that role if you can. Great alternatives once again are things like Feeding Frenzy and Swashbuckler. These perks once again help you get back into the action as quickly as possible, whilst also dealing additional damage. As I said earlier in the video, this is one of my favourite weapons out of the Plunder set, so if you have any role recommendations then be sure to sound off down in the comments below. Next up we have the Tarnished Mettle. This is a legendary energy scout rifle that deals arc damage. This one is a lightweight frame, so it has superb handling and you move faster when the weapon's equipped, and it fires at 200 rounds per minute. Now, much like the sidearm, this is one of my go-tos this season so far, and this has 7 perks in each of its main columns. This can roll with Moving Target, Shoot to Loot, 4 times the Charm, Killing Wind, Steady Hand, Demolitionist, and Rapid Hit in its first perk column. In its final column, its traits are Dragonfly, Explosive Payload, Volt Shot, Eye of the Storm, Focus Fury, Swashbuckler, and also Multi-Kill Clip. This scout rifle has some of the best perks available on any scout rifle you should be seeking out in Destiny, allowing it to have an incredible amount of perk combinations available. When it comes to absolute go-to roles on scout rifles, something like Rapid Hit and Explosive Payload will definitely set you up for success. That is very much the go-to role, especially for Grandmaster Nightfalls, and with scout rifles being the anti-barrier weapon this season, Explosive Payload is excellent for stunning anti-barrier champions. Another fantastic choice is something like Killing Wind and Volt Shot, once again leaning into that run and gun playstyle whilst also allowing you to regularly vault your targets. Another fun option is 4 times the Charm and Dragonfly. Dragonfly is where precision kills create a elemental damage explosion, and when you pair that with 4 times the Charm, this is where rapidly landing precision hits will return 2 rounds to the magazine. So as long as you're accurate, you'll be able to create an incredible amount of explosions, clearing large groups of combatants. As you can see, this weapon has great options available to it, whether that's run and gun, clearing large groups of ads, or entering some of the game's hardest pieces of content. It's definitely one of the go-to weapons this season, so I highly recommend chasing it down, and if you have any role recommendations yourself, once again be sure to sound off down in the comments below. Now, the penultimate weapon we're taking a look at is called the Blood Feud. This is a legendary kinetic submachine gun that deals stasis damage. Now, this one is an aggressive frame, so it deals high damage and has high recoil, and can be obtained via the Expedition and also the Ketchcrash activity. This one fires at 700 rounds per minute and comes with 7 perks once again in each of its main columns. This weapon can roll with Triple Tap, Ensemble, Dynamic Sway, Grave Robber, Ambitious Assassin, Encore, and also the new trait Purgalist. And in its final column, the traits on offer are Focus Fury, Elemental Capacitor, Wellspring, Well-Rounded, Swashbuckler, Headstone, and also Frenzy. Now, much like a lot of the Plunder weapons, this one is perfect when it comes to run and gun gameplay. You can pair Purgalist with Frenzy alongside the Origin trait, and you'll be dealing incredible amounts of additional damage just from Frenzy alone, whilst also continuously benefiting from the Purgalist perk. Now, this weapon itself doesn't have the fastest reload speed, so it's with that in mind, one of the perks that I like to go to is Grave Robber, where melee final blows reload the weapon's magazine from reserves. And if you craft this weapon and have the enhanced version of that perk, this also has a passive bonus which grants +5 to the weapon's reload speed. Most of these weapons are heavily focused about running and gunning, and Grave Robber definitely helps you lean into that style of play. When you pair that with Frenzy or even Swashbuckler, you'll always be doing additional damage, with a full reload of the magazine being a simple melee away. Other great alternatives are something like Ambitious Assassin and Headstone, or Dynamic Sway and Swashbuckler. There are some great combinations once again available on just a single weapon, and if you have any recommendations, be sure to sound off down in the comments below. And the final weapon we're taking a look at today is the Sailspy Pitchglass. This is a legendary linear fusion rifle that deals arc damage. This one is a precision frame, so it fires a long-range precision energy bolt, and this weapon's recoil pattern is more predictably vertical. This one can be obtained from the Season of the Plunder activities and has a default charge time of 533. Now, much like most of the weapons, 7 perks are once again on offer. We have a choice between Ensemble, Rapid Hit, Compulsive Reloader, Moving Target, Outlaw, Slideways, and also Clown Cartridge. And in the final column, you can choose between Heating Up, Volt Shot, Swashbuckler, Multi-Kill Clip, Focus Fury, Vorpal Weapon, and also Frenzy. Linear fusion rifles are up there with some of the best options available when it comes to DPS, and this particular linear fusion has some good options available. Whilst it doesn't have firing line, Vorpal Weapon is there. Now, depending on your battery preference, you could either go for liquid coils, enhanced battery, or even accelerated coils, but all those options are available and can be paired with the Clown Cartridge Vorpal Weapon combination. Now, whilst this weapon is certainly no Storm Chaser, it's a great alternative, especially if you're not able to jump into some of the harder pieces of content. If you're not able to get that role, a great alternative would be something like Rapid Hit and Volt Shot. That combination will ensure fast reloads as long as you're making your precision hits, with those fast reloads allowing you to utilize Volt Shots on a more regular basis. So whether you're looking for out and out DPS via Clown Cartridge and Vorpal Weapon, or you're looking for a hard hitting ad clearing weapon with Rapid Hit and Volt Shot, there are certainly some great options available. Now, overall, there are some great options available in all the Season of Plunder weapons, whether that be running and gunning, DPS, or out and out ad clear. So if you're looking to get some of the best weapons available in Season of Plunder, make sure to jump into the Ketchcrash and Expedition activities and get your hands on some incredible Season of Plunder weapons. So there we have it, guys, a good look at all the seasonal weapons and the god rolls you should be seeking out. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.